Greetings. All right, let's get this camera together in a moment and I'll share screen. And welcome to First Crime live stream of Cooking and Crime Company. All right. Today, what we have, and this specifically courtesy of Court TV, we have the Julio Foolio murder trial that's just beginning. I'm going to start in that now. This was a interesting trial because it's very messy. It involved a female and about five or so other guys, and pull that up shortly. It's been really interesting. It's been very messy. They went after her first, which was interesting because she helped orchestrate everything. It appears they don't even know him. They just knew he was a rapper. He was out of town and he was trying to celebrate his birthday and was killed right on his birthday. So thanks for tuning in. We'll go right into the live stream now.
Your memory of the evidence, and you should not be unduly influenced by the notes of other jurors. Notes are not entitled to any greater weight than each juror's memory of the evidence. Okay? Very good. State, are you ready to proceed?
Your Honor, can we confirm all monitors are on that the jurors have?
Are your monitors all on? Okay, very good.
Wait a minute, Your Honor, we have a question.
I run my phone.
You're fine. You can have your phone. It just has to be turned off.
I just turned it off. If you
Okay.
want to take it back,
Sure.
It's great by me.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Okay, state, you ready to proceed?
Yes, Your Honor.
And defense, ready to proceed. Okay, very good. You may proceed with your opening statement.
Okay, police court, counsels. It was his birthday. He was here in Tampa for his birthday, celebrating his birthday, celebrating with friends, well-wishers. He had traveled here to this city, to Tampa, to celebrate. And what could not have been in his mind in those early morning hours while he was out celebrating his birthday was that he was being watched. He was being followed. He was being stalked. Stalked by a group of conspirators. He could not have known that he was living the last moments of his 26 years, just barely 26 years, breathing the last breaths of his 26 years of life. These conspirators had planned and were now executing a very premeditated plot that had been hatched days, weeks before this day. A plot hatched between them with every one of their collective evil intentions directed into one purpose, directed into one common goal: the premeditated murder of Charles Jones. This group's collective hatred and animosity drove this conspiracy, a conspiracy amongst all of them, an evil, the evidence will show, and wicked conspiracy. And now, all of their planning, all of their advanced coordination would come to fruition. Charles Jones would only see his killers briefly, maybe for seconds or maybe even a split second, the evidence will show, as they rapidly closed in on him, dressed from head to toe in all black, like ninjas, the evidence will show, coming out of the dark, wearing disguises that they had brought with them, disguises to hide their identities from the ever-present and ubiquitous cameras that permeate our communities. And sitting in the front seat of his Dodge Charger, their plan came perfectly together. He was now the perfect target. Caught completely and entirely off guard as these gunmen appeared seemingly out of nowhere. An ambush that these 4 defendants that sit before you in this courtroom had organized carefully and intended, now being orchestrated perfectly and with precision that permeated their planning and their attention to detail. Unable to run, unable to dive, basically caged in the front seat of that Dodge Charger, Charles Jones was a sitting duck. The evidence will show these conspirators didn't hesitate, not for one moment and not for 1 second. With coordinated precision, they ran to their respective firing positions and then unleashed a hellish onslaught, affecting a precisely coordinated violence of action, sending a barrage, a wall of hot lead, crashing into the only barriers between them and Charles Jones, the only barriers that separated his life from his death. And those barriers were absolutely no match. No match for the high-powered 5.56 NATO and 300 Blackout high-powered rifle rounds, each of which was traveling at thousands of feet per second, each round carrying with it over 1,200 foot-pounds of lethal energy directed specifically at Charles Jones. A Glock 9mm handgun was being utilized by one of these conspirators, but not the way that it was designed. Not as a semi-automatic handgun where you get a single bullet with a single trigger pull. No. This Glock had been converted into a fully automatic hand cannon, and now it was running wide open, fully automatic, depositing over 30 rounds out of its extended magazine into the hood and into the windshield of that Dodge Charger. All of this gunfire filling the early morning darkness with booming concussions and flaming explosive muzzle flashes. And as these high-pressured, high-powered rounds filled the atmosphere around the front of that Dodge Charger, Charles Jones sat there, unable to move or do anything fast enough to evade them. Charles Jones, a name and an indictment, and now you see him.